You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines and are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Dead Sons storyline and may contain spoilers for the Dead Sons adventure path published by Paizo Incorporated. The following segments may contain mature themes and adult language. In this episode, the party investigates a suspicious asteroid in the Diaspora with ties to the Bone Fleet and the cult of the Devourer.
Anybody have an extra pencil? I apparently forgot.
I do. Here, a pencil.
Thank you.
Fastest pencil in space. That's because I had two right
So since everybody has leveled, I'm going to go ahead and get new modifiers from everybody, just to make sure I have the accurate ones. Cyna, what's your modifier now?
10.
Zenka, your modifier now?
3.
Maia?
9.
And Ion?
It's 5.
Alright, so, Cyna, what was your initiative?
17.
17. Maia?
17.
Okay. Ion?
25.
What? And Zenka?
15.
And this one had... Zenka, you had 15?
Yes. That was with my modifier?
Yep.
Okay. So after that, interruption to the conversation, it's like, so you have some history with that lady. That's really weird, and then all of a sudden, bam! Oh my God! It was an X.
It's weird that you would say that as you get shot. Very weird.
I think karma. As everybody's kind of hunkering down, they're paying attention this direction. Some of you might be looking at Cyna as she makes her way up the staircase. She gets hit by a very aggressive laser bolt, actually moving at a higher velocity than you've probably used to seeing lasers.
You mean something other than the speed of light?
Yep.
Faster. 2C. Oh.
You didn't even see it until it hit you.
It's so fast it got here yesterday, and you felt it tomorrow.
It's real bad, guys.
Have I been walking around with this
and now
bullet hole in
everybody
me for a
hears
while
it.
now?
In 3 rounds, you'll hear it. So, Ion, it's your turn. You're kind of keeping an eye on angles, and you watch as Cyna kind of stumbles as she was attempting to get up this next step, but kind of stumbles as something has distracted her. She's, reflexively getting into combat mode.
Is that distraction a bullet?
It was. You can tell it hit her in the back, which makes you believe that it came somewhere in the east region, maybe northeast. I'll let you make a perception check.
18.
18.
16.
16.
Also 16.
16.
These dice have rolled nothing but like
Not
bad
quite.
numbers.
This one we're looking for 20.
Okay.
So gonna switch to the middle.
So
do I see anything out this way? Just real quick, with a 13 perception.
A 13 perception check.
Because if I don't, I'm going to clamber up them stairs.
That crater kind of in the middle there, just sort of due west from where you are, kind of looks interesting. You don't see anything over there, but it's sort of unusual in the sense that you think there might actually be prints, like maybe activity there, a lot of activity. This area doesn't look like there's much activity. Like it's wind-blown asteroid, but it looks like maybe there's something over there.
Probably
you
better
have no reason to believe that what hostile action took place came from there.
Yeah.
Though.
So whatever thing of point of interest is over there can wait until after we kill this thing that's shooting at us. I'm going to clamber up these stairs.
Okay.
Is that an athletics check or acrobatics? What do you need from me?
So acrobatics is usually for jumping, and athletics is climbing.
For climbing, yeah.
So, and it's 3 feet in low gravity. So, I mean that means low gravity is like half the DC or something like that.
So is it
I'm
counting?
looking up the rules right now.
So it's basically don't roll a 1.
You can jump 3 times as high and as far, lift 3 times as much. Movement speed is the same.
Okay, so here's the question.
So this is
Since
like,
there is gravity, can I just vault this thing?
so.
Just.
All right, so you can.
I like that.
All right, let's think about that.
Need a
So
lozenge.
you've got a 40-foot height. What is your acrobatics?
11.
11.
I count as running.
Right. So 11. If you were to, let's see, if you were to take 10 or roll a 10, normally that would be a 5-foot vertical, but with low gravity, that's like a 15-foot vertical. So you'd be able to make some pretty good progress.
15-foot high jump.
How high is this thing? 40 feet?
40 feet.
Hold on. So here's the deal, though. There's a cap on how far you can jump based on your movement. So you can't jump or far or even vertically farther than your actual move.
Which his move's 30.
I can't. Well, it's 25 in my
25.
armor. I can't double move as a jump, technically.
But what does
Well, I
your
mean, you
gravity,
could,
like,
because
not
you're
zero, but,
basically-
like, low gravity
Low
affect
triples
your...
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect your movement, though. It just makes it easier to get there.
If you make me a good acrobatics check, I'll let you treat this as difficult terrain. Because essentially you're treating these 3-foot steps
12.
as 1-foot steps. That's going to be sufficient. I'll let you
Okay.
treat
Your literal
that.
words. As long as I
as-
don't roll a 1.
Basically, you're doing like the parkour thing where you're using your hands to kind of like help boost you on each level.
I call those a Kong, because you look like a monkey.
Sure.
Okay. So that's a double move for me then.
Okay. So you blast past Cyna here doing your acrobatics and stuff. Cyna, you were shot.
Mm-hmm.
You are not sure. You have a rough idea. You know that you were trying to get the high ground. That seems like a pretty intelligent thing to do. Ion has sort of blasted past you, kind of bounding these as quickly as possible, and he makes progress up the staircase.
All right. I'm pretty sure that I could do ridiculous things with this gravity and my acrobatics.
I would like
And
to
for reference, having higher than 35 movement speed gives you an additional +4 on jumping.
Did not know that. That's awesome.
which is
an additional-
pretty much an additional foot on your vertical.
Yeah, and another every 10 past that is another +4.
Wow.
So, all right.
And we're in low gravity.
So are we counting these as 5-foot squares? Or
Yeah, we're counting them as 5-foot squares because, I mean, that map would literally cover this entire table if it were printed properly.
Oh, just need a bigger tape.
But with this scale,
We'll just play on the floor.
with a decent roll, I could literally take a double move and jump here.
Let's see the roll.
Because if you pull it off, it's going to be beautiful.
All right.
Just face plants into the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
Failed roll.
Whee! Bam! Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, Ion, the new found like strength in the legs and stuff. Like you, like the low gravity is one thing, but it
But I'm
just
digging
felt so natural.
All right. So
I'm digging it.
hold on. So you would
basically go
take a
3 times
third on.
further.
You take a third on this.
So we can do one of two things. We can either just triple your result, or we can
Right.
cut the DC by 30.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do backwards math.
Which is still
Okay.
math.
Well, I know. So, got a 25 on the die roll.
So 25 on the die roll. What that normally means is with a running start, that would be
assume. Yeah.
That would be a 25-foot long jump, which means in this lower gravity, if we triple that, that would be a 75-foot.
Oh, and that's more
long
than
jump.
enough. Yeah.
Okay, so all right.
Do a somersault on the way.
Yeah, you in your mind, you're kind of getting like, don't do this. You can't make that jump.
I grew up on a spaceship. Down is relative.
Well, it's not down. It's just like that distance.
Yeah.
Like, this seems... You get that moment just for a second. Like, you're still thinking, 1G.
I'm going to fall. And then I just keep going.
And then, like, you keep... And it's like you keep having, like, this parabola. You don't reach the peak yet. And like, oh, gosh. Like, I hope there's some gravity. I may have made a huge mistake.
For reference, that was a 4 on my die.
Nice.
You just attained orbit.
So, you leave orbit for a moment, and you land kind of safely there. Go ahead and make me another perception.
Imagine like
check.
Breath of the Wild, you're in the air, then time slows down. You're like, with your gun on your way down.
I want that feat. That is a perception check.
Now that you have a new perspective.
Right. I got plenty of time while I'm floating through the air. That's going to be a 30.
You way better.
There is...
oh god, it's an elite.
There's a creature kind of hiding in the outcroppings, and now that you've had like some elevation, some time to look, and now you're significantly closer, this creature's basically set up a sniper perch in these outcroppings.
Okay.
You can make a... Really?
Cultures?
Apparently.
Yeah, they're large.
I did not know. They don't look it.
No.
Long and slender.
So, life science?
If they're just in a race, wouldn't that be cultures? Or
humanoid? I guess.
Humanoid's culture.
Okay, culture. Sure. What'd you get?
30.
30.
29.
So these are Sarkeesians, or Sarcesians. I'm not sure which direction I want to go with it. I'll give you 3 pieces of information about them.
Tell me the fun stuff.
The fun stuff. Okay. So they are actually, Sarkeesians are actually native to the Diaspora. They prefer low gravity. They have adapted so well that they can actually go a decent amount of time without breathing and exist in a vacuum without suffering any of the associated environmental effects. When in a vacuum, Sarkeesians will automatically grow wings made from pure energy that grant them a supernatural fly speed, but those only work in a vacuum.
That's terrifying.
They are nimble, and as such, they typically gravitate towards like the operative type classes where they can take advantage of their dexterity. In this particular case, it appears that this one is carrying a long arm.
All right. And I've got a couple points of movement left. Will I have is there enough space here to get cover?
I'll give you 10 feet of ground movement.
Well, I'm just asking.
Actually,
I don't care
5.
about actually taking those squares. I just want to get behind a rock.
Sure. So,
Okay.
you can use the excess and kind of find some cover.
All right. Well, I will
this thing.
call out to the team what I spotted and where.
Okay. Maia, it's your turn. You just noticed the acrobatic Cyna performing an impressive,
very exceptional.
vault.
Yeah.
Horizontal leap over, and is signifying a target. If you could make me just another perception check to see if perhaps with the additional guidance you can find this.
Oh, much better. 25.
25. Okay. So you can see the Sarkeesian, however, it does have a pretty good amount of cover from you as a result. So do with that information what you want.
I'll put a nav point on your...
Yeah. It's the blue beacon. Like the Sims, like diamond appears over.
I was thinking more like the type of nav lock in Halo, where it just starts showing up on your navigation.
This is considered difficult terrain if I want to run up it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you make me a decent acrobatics check, I'll consider it difficult terrain because they are 3-foot steps, but you're going to be treating them as like 1-foot steps, which is not much more than like what's in the house right now.
Right. I don't have an acrobatics check. I only have an athletics.
Well, you can. I mean, you can still roll it untrained. So tell me how you do it with athletics with like your climbing skills. Paint me a picture.
Paint you a picture for athletics.
You've got basically 3-foot steps, and you want to try to. I mean, gravity's low, but you want to try to clamber up these as much as possible using just raw strength.
My thing is just like, don't treat them so much as steps, but just treat them as a wall to climb.
Okay.
If that makes sense, So you're not vertical, but you'd be like this. Like,
so you're
pulling yourself.
So you're kind of lining up a bit more like a 45-degree angle and sort of
just trying to climb it.
Kind of like a ladder. At a 40, okay. Yeah. Make me an athletics check. Athletics. Sorry.
16.
That is sufficient, so I'll let you treat those as difficult terrain.
Awesome. Oh, 5, 10, 15.
You want a double move, or do you still want to try to take a shot? Or
how less of cover did he get from me moving up a teeny bit? Or is it still pretty much the same?
It's pretty much the same. You're going to want to be on the same level and actually close a little bit of ground to be able to negate, because this rocky outcropping, it's so jagged.
You want me to roll another?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So that's your double move?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is the creature. That... Okay, so that's what happens. Now there's not much of an option there. So what he will do is move kind of the edge here. He's going to take aim again with that rifle at Cyna, who has decided to engage him in close quarters combat. Even on the run, that's going to be 20 versus your EAC, Cyna.
It's EAC.
Mm-hmm.
That is the cover will make the difference. If I have cover.
Yeah, so you are going to have cover up here, so it
would have been a 19 normally.
Okay, so it smashes the rock that you're kind of in front of. Again, just a long arm, probably, and made for this creature. I mean, it's probably a good 8 feet almost.
Oh my god!
And with very similar accoutrement that like your sniper weapons would have, and it's very close to hitting you. I mean, it smashes rock and stuff, but was ultimately unsuccessful.
What's the range increment for low gravity?
It's still going to be the same. I think you just have more.
If you have a
range
thrown weapon,
increments.
If you have a thrown weapon, it increases the range.
Yeah, like what if I want to throw a grenade? Could I feasibly get a grenade from me to that guy?
It's a thrown weapon. So what is that?
Because grenades are 15 feet.
We will look that up. It is Zenka's turn now. So,
well, I had an idea, but I don't think the idea is going to work as planned.
Yeah, so if it's 10,
so I'm trying to retweak that idea. But it's okay. I think I got an idea. A different idea.
40.
Similar idea.
40. Yeah, it's right at range.
Well, just take a -2 and increase it.
Threshold.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So 30 foot of movement will put me right there.
You see this creature. It's about 40 feet up from you. It didn't really have a good opportunity to find cover right there.
And
it's just sort of on the edge of this cliffside.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to put some microbots up there, give you a little bit of cover, but
cover's in pretty healthy supply up there.
It is. But it's covering fire and harrying
that would
fire,
be
so that would be a little bit better. Easier to hit them, harder for them to hit us. Problem is, my range on that right now is 35 feet, so I don't think I can get that up there. So the idea was get over here and then use my jump jets and just go straight up. But
how far can you move the?
During your turn? I've got 30 foot of movement. The jump jets can be activated as part of movement, but I don't think it's
microbots.
Oh, the
micro. You summon them and then move them into.
I can move them 20 feet. And it's not so much that I move them, it's once they are created, they then move on their own.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They know who my enemies are, but that's about it.
All right.
They then take care of everything from here. Yeah, so I don't think I have the range to get them up there. Okay, and this is all 40 feet the whole way up, right?
Yeah. So it's a 40 foot elevation change, and you're looking at about 10, 20, 30 feet. Yeah, for the closest. So 30 by 40.
Okay, so
Pythagorean theorem, that's what, 50 feet diagonal? Whatever.
Math is magic. No. Alright, let me undo this move then, and let me try going up the regular way.
Okay. So you can either make me a acrobatics or an athletics.
Okay.
Whichever one you want to.
I can try an acrobatics.
Okay.
I can just roll that here.
Yes.
That's not right.
What's your die roll?
Is a 16 on the die.
You're fine. You can get up there.
Okay.
With difficult terrain.
So it should be a 23 total. Okay.
If you want to double move, up to you.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm allowing it.
I think that would be a single. No, that would be double movement. Or that's single move. I don't know how far the jump jets would get me if I use them.
I'll triple that as well since it's a thrust. So, like the maximum height you can achieve, I'll triple.
So it'd be 30 feet high. I'm just going to double move. We'll just call it a day.
Zenka's making his way up the stone staircase. Ion, it's your turn. It seems like everybody's making their approach with the sort of following along, kind of a conga line going on here. The Sarkeesian...
Can I see him from where I'm at right now?
Yeah, so the Sarkeesian doesn't really have very good cover now, and the jig is up. Are you at the top of the steps?
Yes.
Okay.
So or I'm one away, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. So there might be about a 10-foot height difference between you and it, but it's big. You've got a clear line on it if you want to try to take a shot.
Yeah. What did we know about it again? It's not immune to any type of like energy resistance or anything, right?
I'll go ahead and give you this. As far as defensive abilities, it has uncanny agility and evasion.
Okay, well then it can eat two laser shots to the face.
Okay.
Because why not full attack? It's EAC.
Burn it. Give it a shot. Or two.
So that's going to be at a -4 each, which puts me at a +8.
Still good.
If I can roll decently. Does an 18 hit its EAC?
18 will not hit its EAC.
Okay, then I missed twice.
Okay. You come very close.
Minimum pew pew.
Yeah. That is minimum puh. Seeing it's your turn, it looks like the Sarkeesian is really wants to rely on this rifle and is going to try to create distance.
I see.
You've seen this tactic before because you've considered it, but you've also trained in a lot of hand-to-hand.
Right.
So this particular case, it looks like.
Well, I know I can make up ground fast, so I'm not too worried about that. And I think down here close, we probably don't have to worry about him flying, or else he would have already.
So he has to be in a vacuum.
Yeah,
to be able to do that.
Up in space. Okay, so I'm actually just going to stay where I am and do a trick attack.
Okay.
Seem like pretty overall like just majestic angel-like creatures, but I can't see their picture. I
It's
guess.
not going terribly well.
The fact that it can just grow, yeah, it looks like pretty majestic
Well,
and angel-like.
the other weird thing about these two is that they are traditionally lawful neutral.
All right, so that's going to be a
25 is your DC.
all right. That's going to be a 30-something.
You get there.
So I may
And-
truly believe it's being lawful.
He's following the rules.
You can sense
And
movement.
you know,
My sense motive is
however, the attack is not going to be nearly so effective. It's going to be a 17 energy.
17 versus its
If I could-
flat-footed
Oh yeah.
will hit.
If I could find a way to trade my sense motive for a computer's
There we
check,
go.
that would be cool. Make my AI sense motive.
Detecting lie. Lie detected. Praise triune.
All right. Level 5, right?
We are level 5, which means you've got disgusting trick attack now.
Yeah. 1d8, 3d8.
Yeah, level 5 is when trick attack goes from nice to vulgar.
All right.
Vulgar.
Need more d8s. That'll be 20 damage.
20 damage. So what type of weapon did you use?
I use that weirdo sonic thing.
Oh, the sonic pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that since it has cartridges, that retains some sort of propellant for it.
Oh, yeah. So you pop this thing, and you do a pretty good number on it, too. It's not really ready for that type of assault. Maia, it's your turn. It looks like Cyna was actually able to get a good shot off on the creature.
What's its cover like?
Non-existent at the moment because it looks like it was prioritizing escape route over hunkering down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to scan it with my move and then shoot this bad mamma jamma.
Okay.
Oh, gross. 15 for KAC.
Yeah, 15's not going to hit.
Didn't think so.
It is the creature's turn. It will. Cyna's close. Cyna hit it, so he is going to try to take another shot at Cyna. So will a 30 hit your EAC?
Yes, it will.
Okay. You sort of left yourself exposed when you're trying your trick attack.
Mhm.
He's able to sneak in a shot with his rifle. He will do 13 fire damage. with said shot.
Alright.
And will...
I should have just threw the grenade. Because at least it could have landed near.
gracefully drops itself down to the bottom here to create some separation. Zenka, it's your turn. You're within 15 feet of Cyna, who's taken several shots. The Sarkeesian has dropped down into the walkway below. Now, Cyna's actually done some damage to this thing, took a pretty good chunk out of it.
Hey, Cyna, how angry are you?
Cyna's been shot twice.
Yeah.
Shot at 3 times.
Want some revenge?
Sure.
Boop. Supercharged weapon.
Oh boy.
Add 4d6 to your damage on your next attack if it hits.
Ion?
Please, Desmond, let it hit. I'm gonna roll 8 dice.
Against this poor thing.
And first level spell used.
Ion, yeah, you now got some high ground on it. It's out in the open trying to figure out a escape plan.
Okay, a 22 will hit its EAC, though,
It
right?
will.
Okay, I miss with the other one.
It's just rolling real high on hits.
It's going to take 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. All of it does go through. Cyna, it's your turn. As you're kind of approaching, you barely notice Zenka just come up behind you, and you look up and you touch with your gun, and you know what that means.
I will give Zenka a very large smile.
Yeah, you haven't gotten one of these yet, have you?
Nope.
You've seen the effects.
Right.
You've been
Well,
eagerly anticipating.
Your turn.
Well, I mean, I understand why she would want to boost Ion's weapon skills. So, all right. So the 27 on the stealth check
Is going to be sufficient to get the trick attack.
and the attack roll is going to be a 21.
That is enough to hit it. So now watch as Cyna makes it rain with this sonic pistol.
Make it rain.
Even in this low atmosphere, you can hear the sound of this thing. Louder than usual.
All right.
There's some good stuff in there.
There was a 6 I saw.
Yeah, there was at least
All
one
right.
6 in there.
Hold on. There's a...
40. That's just on the die roll. Do you have any?
Oh, yes, I do. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got excited. 43.
43. So... that is sufficient to take this thing
I'm
out.
sorry. That wasn't non-lethal.
Well, luckily...
It's okay.
Luckily, this creature does have
So
resolve.
right. So I'm gonna flip the pistol around since it's a revolver and blow the
A
smoke
sonic
off the end.
revolver.
I know.
That's beautiful in ways that words cannot express.
Yes, it's magic. The shells are magic.
It'd have to be, but it's still lovely. Okay, that made me happy.
So you take this thing out. It'll spend a resolve. So unlike most of the things that you shoot that hard recently, this one did not die. It is stable. So
Question this guy.
So I'm gonna just jump down. 23 acrobatics.
Yeah.
And kick its gun away first.
Sure.
Actually, I'll pick up that gun.
Is it your gun now?
It's a little big. All the text there, so probably with a little bit of assistance, you could tailor it to make it your gun.
It's a long arm, though.
It's a sniper rifle.
Even bigger sniper rifle.
We can rebuild this.
We can make it better. We can make it smaller.
I mean, I can take a hacksaw, cut the barrel down a bit, and we'll just put new grips on
I'll
it.
out-level it by the time I can actually use a sniper rifle.
Fair.
Well, what level is it?
So this one right here is a level 5.
Probably.
So here's what you find on the body. And I'm just going to let you add that to your gear portfolio. But what it actually dropped was an advanced Diaspora, a sniper rifle.
Nice.
2d8. Strong. 500
Can't help but
feet.
notice he was shooting at us.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sarkeesian?
So yeah, I'll make sure his armor seals worked, and if he's conscious or if he's still breathing.
Balls. He has 4 Fat Grenade 2s on him.
Ooh, those are lovely.
Those are super.
That could hurt.
So yeah, the check boxes
Hold
were
them up and
for how many?
wave them at Ion.
I figured it out.
Okay, I didn't explain it. But
I've played
think
things with check boxes too before.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The checkbox thing.
Yeah.
Does he have
Pull
a
the
battery?
exocortex out of his brain and load it in.
What is it?
Does he have a battery?
Oh.
He might.
Okay.
No, I don't know if that's it.
Did
I think this is for a different
just
book.
looking
Did
for a
anyone
fully
end up
charged
using
brain.
this the Mark 1 ability crystal?
That's a good question.
I think somebody
Because
did.
I bought my own. Like I bought like a
What's the ability crystal do?
something. It
It's-
gives you a +2 to one of your abilities.
Oh, I have
it's your
not
stat boosting.
used
It's
one.
the booster.
Or bought one, because I don't have money.
Augmentation. Is what it
Yes, we have it, and I don't think anyone has used it.
is. I thought somebody did.
Well, we can.
You know what? I
map
think
it
we
out.
actually agreed to hold off on it. We'll decide next. And then
Figure
we
it out.
never
That
did.
to me
Yeah.
sounds correct.
Okay.
Well,
We can always math it out because
It takes all of but a full round action to use it. So if anyone wants it, here it is. Just you all think
I mean,
about it.
I would like it if nobody else is going to take it. But, so.
I mean, I can just buy.
everyone's eventually going to end up with them. So
Well,
I mean, if however you wanna-
It basically adds +1 to my DPS.
Yeah, and I bought my own to enhance my decks. So
Well, if you want to go together, and I can throw money at you getting one. Since,
That's fine.
okay.
it'll work out, I'm sure.
that way you're both getting one for half price, basically.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Yeah.
Team of death. All right.
So, anybody want to make now that you've kind of got this thing secured, I guess maybe you want to tie it up or whatever
Yeah.
it is you do. But
My laser
it's
cuts.
stable. It's not getting up or anything like that. So, yeah. So you've kind of got this area that looks like maybe it's kind of traversed quite a bit now that you're looking at it. Like you can look at the outcropping over there, and it looks like nothing's been there. Versus here, where there's tracks. And there's been a lot of dust from like the mining operations and stuff. So yeah, you can see it's very easy to tell there's been
Where there's
foot traffic here, and as large as this thing's feet are, it's-
Yeah. Your kind doesn't typically attack unprovoked, so what's the deal, Sarkeesian?
I mean, if you want to wake him up, that's fine. Or you
Oh,
want to look
okay.
around.
I
before
thought
you
he was
want to.
awake.
Oh, yeah. Let's look around first.
Then I will save
Okay.
that statement for when he's awake. We'll just pre-prime it.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like to roll perception to look out this way.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys can roll perception in this area now
Like
that it's
18,
more
I
secure.
guess.
Out that way, I mean, that crater over there looks pretty interesting. And 18's also going to tell you that while you're on top of that cliff, you find a small cloth-wrapped bundle stashed in a crevice.
Oh, okay.
That is an unusual thing to find.
So, that's what you find in there. You can tell the group what you've...
Oh, nice. We got us some money, guys. We got a little leather-bound journal that I'm going to open and read here in a moment. And we have a mobile hotelier, but there's no battery.
Like the ones that we brought back from Castrovel.
So
we ran their batteries.
And then
we got
R2Es. So
3.
we have 6 more ready-to-eats.
Okay.
We'll have food forever. But yeah, I'm going to open up this leather-bound journal and read it.
As he's preparing to read the journal, as you look around, one of you will actually find a humanoid corpse dressed in tattered black and red rags.
Oh,
That sounds like a very cult thing to wear.
Life science check, anyone?
yeah. I got that.
Nope.
20.
It was human. And mysticism check.
14. Not quite.
21.
21. You recognize it as the same livery as the Cult of the Devourer.
It is a very cult thing to wear.
Yeah, because it belongs to a cult. As you're looking at
Leather-bound
it,
journal.
there's not much on the body, but there is a ring that
That's
the
huge.
bony corpse is wearing.
I have an Aztec suit too.
Okay. What armor do you have, Cyna?
I have a D-suit 1.
Well, it's better
Now,
than
thankfully,
the
you can
Essex
take this armor off this creature without too much guilt because it
a
can
little bit
exist in a vacuum and all that stuff.
better.
So
It is what
it's
it is.
actually used to low atmosphere. So that was something you guys determined. In
It has a
combat.
suit just for the sheer fact of having
Its
armor.
body is
Yeah.
like.
Now you're
Well-
taking that sniper rifle, right?
Yeah.
Now, Cena's not going to be able to use it yet,
Oh,
but
no.
it's not going to be any difficulty once you get back to the ship to miniaturize it because this was for a large creature.
Right.
Yeah, they have their
I've just.
sizing.
I don't want to mark it
components.
as sell.
No, it's not a cell.
Right.
No.
I'm selling the Essex suit too because everyone either has it or has something better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So the rifle, you figure, it's the same technology, but it's just more metal and bulk and stuff to get it to a point where it matches proportions to the thing.
Yeah,
now,
I
if
just
it were
need to-
really tiny, then it it'd be miniaturized stuff and more.
Yeah, I
but-
need to just synthesize some new components and it'll be fine. They're
Yeah.
made for this.
So it's not going to be difficult, and it's also an appropriate level that it wouldn't take much time to be able to.
So while we're doing this, I would like to spend a resolve and get my 23 stamina points back.
That's fine. You can do that while Maia reads the journal. The journal belongs to someone by the name of Yex, and as you're perusing it, it reveals that there's about a couple months' worth of handwritten entries in a language you don't understand.
Are
Maybe.
you sure?
Well,
I'll
we'll-
see.
We'll
Yeah.
find out.
Soki, Draconic, Vesk, Halfling, Elven, Castrovel, Aklo, Sheeran, and Eoxian.
You do not know this language.
Awesome. Can I roll to see what language I think it is?
Yeah, make me a culture check, and if you do well enough, you might actually be able to decipher it.
This piece of equipment might be useful for me. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Nice. 19 plus 12, so 31.
31. So this looks like it's sort of the native racial language, Sarkeesian.
Oh, okay.
You're actually able to translate it now that you know what it is and have a really good basis of understanding of other languages. You can kind of make your way around it. The entries describe the stubborn Sarkeesian's disagreements and personality clashes with others of his kind on his nearby home, and they detail his decision to leave and spend a month cooling down on this asteroid. The journal entries become increasingly jumbled going forward. References to a, quote, flesh beast recur multiple times until Yex begins referring to the same creature as Master.
Nice.
That's why he attacked.
Maudlin praise of the creature as a higher power suddenly gives way to gibberish written in no known language. The journal's final entry simply reads, Yex keeps scratchies away, so Master finally make Yex into Scree. Yes!
Title music for Dead Suns is provided by Overclocked Remix and created by CFX. Find more great game remixes at ocremix.com. Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.